Amol Muzumdar's Chak De India speech is now fable. In fact, in that interview to me, we spoke about that as well, and you will see that clip at the end of this particular video. I had asked Amol that, what did you say? He said he was smiling. He was a little, how do I put it? He was a little embarrassed. He said, no, leave it. So we spoke about it at length in that interview as well. But if you ask some of the players, you will know that Chak De India speech that he had given at the end of the England match did have impact. Now, you can well ask the question that why is Amol Muzumdar pushed to be that position where he has to give a Chak De India speech. You don't need that. You don't need that happening at the end of or in the middle of every major competition. What we saw today in practice is quite instructive. Amol Muzumdar comes into the ground with Captain Harmanpreet Kaur, and thereafter we see a huddle. In that huddle, a good 8 to 9 minute huddle, Amol Muzumdar once again addresses the team as part of that huddle. Now, what he says, obviously, we will not know. But one can assume what he'll say. Is it another Chak De India kind of speech? With India's back to the wall, can Amol Muzumdar once again take up the cudgels and turn the tide around? We have seen a very interesting practice session unfold. We have seen Yorkers being done or trained with shoes and other stuff put there. We have seen range hitting happen, centre wicket practice. We have seen a lot of new, even some funny punishment drills going on. Now, these are innovations that we have seen all of a sudden today. Now, there are two parts to this. Why today? Why not earlier? Why not, preemptive strike rather than reactive movement? You can ask these questions. But Amol Muzumdar will also know that the next two games are hugely critical for him as well as India's head coach. We know that the 50-over team is better. We know that the 50-over format is India's forte. Having said that, with the WPL, people's patience thresholds are limited. If India does not make the semi-finals, that is not an acceptable performance. Ensure that. Take that. Under no circumstance for a powerhouse like India can a group stage exit be acceptable. And Amol Muzumdar, Avishkar Salvi and the rest of the coaching staff, all of them will know that. So clearly, the head coach is also under pressure. Clearly, the head coach must also be feeling that thing, that the last match should have been won. Clearly, the kind of drills we have seen today, India are trying to fast track, redeem, rectify, solve the mistakes that were committed. That's why we see range hitting. Clearly, in the middle of the 20 overs, India is getting stuck. Runs are not coming. There is no rotation of strike. There's no conversion of ones into twos, twos into threes. None of that have happened. With the ball, while Sri Charani has made the number one position, but the rest of the bowling has been suspect. Can Renuka Singh Thakur get a look in? Can she nail the first few overs, get the movement, give India breakthroughs? Renuka Singh Thakur has a good record against Australia. Is that change something that the Indians will want to do? So all of a sudden, from being a happy dressing room one game earlier, all of a sudden Amol Muzumdar and his support team is and must be feeling the pressure. We have seen the coach address the huddle. We have seen the coach try and make amends. We have seen the coach clearly get into the action in a far more hands-on way today. And what he's saying, again, he knows, but he knows that it has worked in the past. Can he make it work again? Can Amol Muzumdar's talk, the talking to that he's given the players, can that work magic for India? Will his players step up for him? Will his players once again do the job against Bangladesh and, of course, Australia? We don't have answers yet, but one must say that the intensity in the training session was for everybody to observe. Unfortunately, not many journalists were there except the Revsportz team. Now, Amol Muzumdar will have to lead from the front as India's head coach. Absolutely, it's Harmanpreet Kaur's team as well. Captain. In cricket, it's the captain who will have to take the take the major call on the ground. But much like Gautam Gambhir, Amol Muzumdar is a key figure in that change room. He did that job in the 50-over competition. Can he do it in the 20 overs? It could well decide if India is going home on the 29th or if India is sticking around to play at the Oval on the 30th. He's feeling the pressure, but under pressure, can he deliver? The jury is out.